Hello everybody, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about stars. So one person might assume that a star is a shape with 5 triangles along with 1 pentagon in the middle, and then put it together you get a star. But really, I'm talking about the star in astronomy when it comes to, the big balls of hot gas, our sun, which is also a star by the way, for the people who don't know it. And a star is also one of millions of things in the universe that always catches my attention. So today, I'm going to be explaining to you about stars. So, let's get started. For those of you who don't know what a star is, take it as this. It is a big, humongous ball of gas and dust that is smushed together, and it ignites a fire that burns for millions and millions and millions of years until finally it's going to die out and once again become a big cloud of gas and dust. And I'm going to explain to you the life of a star and how it all goes. So as you all know, the universe was started off with the Big Bang. Well, most scientists think that did. And all of a sudden, stars and galaxies began to form. And a star is formed at the beginning when it is called a stellar nursery. That means it is a big cloud of gas and dust, probably left over by the remains of another star or from other remaining stars that have already died out. So as millions and millions of years evolve, the gas and dust get pulled together by the force of gravity, and they become giant clumps. And as the atoms in these giant clumps are igniting, soon enough there will be enough atoms to ignite the giant clump of gas and dust, and boom, you've got a star. And the star then keeps shining for millions and millions of years, about 10 billion years to be exact. So when a star is very young, it could be a little bit wild with still many gas and dust still surrounding it, and the remaining gas and dust left over from making a star is used to make planets. Normally it would take millions and millions of years for gas and dust to smush together to become a star. Well, that is unless you have the magic school bus. So unless you don't have the magic school bus, it will take a long, very long time to make a star. So after a star is born, it has to go through a ton of stages in its life. Take this star for example. It is only 2 million years old. Well, now believe it or not folks, that is very, very young for a star. And in case you haven't seen it, it's still pretty wild and it hasn't really settled down yet because it's still a baby. So now let's see a medium-sized star, which is our sun. Our sun is right halfway through its 10 billion year old life cycle. And our sun is 4.6 billion years old, so that means it's got another about 4 billion years to go before it dies out. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but just to point out, our sun is the closest star to our planet, so that's why it looks so big when you see it from up here. Fun fact, our sun is about 93 million miles away from Earth, and it can still heat us with that scorching heat during the summer, so if you get close to the sun, you're gonna burn up. And the sun right now is a medium-sized star, but there are humongous stars. Take this red supergiant that is at least about 20 million years old. I'm going to estimate at least 9 billion years, and it's the last part of its life. So it is going to die out eventually. So now that I've explained what a star looks like through its life, I'm now going to explain how it dies out. How a star dies out after it goes through its life cycle really depends on its mass. A star that is about the medium-sized star, similar to our sun, is going to eventually expand massively and going to turn into a red giant. That's because the star is going to use up all of its fuel and it's going to expand into a red giant. And eventually it's going to get so big that it's going to burn up and engulf the Earth. And for those youngsters out there who I have a bad feeling about this, about the star destroying the Earth, don't worry, we'll all be long gone before that happens. That's going to happen 5 billion years away, so don't panic, we'll all be dead by then. And after a star, like our sun, keeps expanding, it's going to die out when it uses up all the hydrogen in its core, and then the star is going to burn out and it's going to become a planetary nebula, which is basically a huge cloud of gas and dust. And the remaining core is going to get very small and it's going to become a white dwarf. So becoming a planetary nebula is the route that our sun will take when it dies, but it's not the only way that a star can die. Stars that are much, much massive than our sun also expands into a red supergiant, as I had shown earlier, and those stars go out with a huge, massive explosion called a supernova. Here, take a look. explosion can last for over a month or longer, and it will shine brightly in the sky all the time if one happens. And after the star goes into a supernova, what happens next is going to depend on its mass. Stars that are 10 times larger than our sun are going to become neutron stars. But stars that are 100 times larger than our sun, it's going to become so pressured, and it's going to become a black hole. A black hole is a singularity which pulls in everything within its reach with tons of gravity. Nothing, not even light, can escape it. And what you throw into a black hole will never come out. There are millions and millions of stars in the universe, and if you want to visit one that's like very, very far away, that's as tiny as a ball, you'd have to travel faster than the speed of light to get there, or else you're gonna age. And you can't travel faster than the speed of light. Once again, unless you have the magic school bus. Astronomers have gotten tons of pictures of planetary nebulas and big clusters of clouds of gas and dust from outer space, thanks to the Hubble Space Telescope and other telescopes out there. So you can check them out on the internet, and those pictures are basically watching what will happen to our sun way before it actually happens. And here is the conclusion of my summary of stars. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I don't know, I didn't edit this video yet while I'm recording this, so it may be a bit shorter than other videos, but at least I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.